world filled with voices pulling us in different directions, it's easy to feel divided, especially when it comes to matters of faith. But sometimes the noise outside keeps us from hearing the quiet truth within. Christians and Muslims together make up more than half the world, and yet many still believe they are completely different. But is that really the case? Or have misunderstandings, assumptions, and lack of true dialogue built walls that were never meant to exist? At the heart of both faiths lies the belief in one God, the importance of prayer, charity, family, and kindness. Both call to love, to mercy, to justice, to humility. Both follow the teachings of prophets who sacrificed for truth and reminded people to turn back to God. So why do we focus more on what separates us than what brings us together? Why do we let fear or pride block the light of understanding? This isn't about proving one right or the other wrong. It's about looking deeper, beneath the surface, into the soul of belief. When we really listen, when we truly seek to understand the other, we begin to see that the differences are often in words, not in essence. The human heart longs for the same things: peace, purpose, connection, and hope. Maybe it's time to replace suspicion with sincerity. Maybe it's time to learn not to argue. Maybe, just maybe, we've been standing side by side all along, but never turned to look at each other. Let this be a moment where hearts soften, where minds open, where faith becomes a bridge, not a barrier. So stay with me until the end, not just with your mind, but with your spirit. Because truth, when sought with humility, doesn't divide, it heals. One of the most important truths often missed is that both Christians and Muslims believe in the same foundational message: there is only one God. While the names may differ, the intention is deeply connected. Christians say God, and Muslims say Allah, but both are referring to the same supreme creator of the heavens and the earth. This isn't just about vocabulary, it's about the deep understanding that both faiths revolve around worshiping a single divine power, not many. The idea of submitting to the will of this one God is central in both religions. It's not a difference, it's a powerful shared belief. When we look closely at the teachings of Jesus and Muhammad, peace be upon them both, we find more harmony than division. Jesus taught about love, mercy, and surrender to God's will. Muhammad brought a message that also emphasized love, mercy, and full trust in God. Both warned against arrogance, selfishness, and injustice. Both called people to truth, to prayer, and to serve others. These are not messages in competition. They're echoes of the same divine wisdom spoken in different times and places. The confusion begins when we focus on the labels instead of the lessons. People often argue over terms like Son of God or Final Messenger without understanding what those titles actually meant in their original context. But when you move past the surface, you begin to see that the spiritual heartbeat behind both messages is the same: faith, humility, accountability, compassion. These are not exclusive to one religion. They belong to all who sincerely seek God. So instead of asking, how are we different? Maybe the better question is, how much do we already share? When we open our hearts and minds, we begin to see that many of the arguments are built not on truth, but on misunderstanding. And once that misunderstanding is cleared, what remains is a path toward peace. Another powerful similarity between Christians and Muslims lies in their respect and love for Jesus. For many, this comes as a surprise. In Islam, Jesus, known as Isa, is not only honored, but considered one of the greatest and most beloved messengers of God. He is called the Messiah, born of a miraculous birth, and performed many miracles by the permission of God. Muslims don't reject Jesus, they love him deeply. They just don't believe he was God. Instead, they believe he was chosen by God to guide humanity back to the path of truth. On the Christian side, the love for Jesus is central to their entire faith. They see him as a savior, someone who came with a message of love, sacrifice, and hope. Christians believe he died for their sins, while Muslims believe he was raised by God and that he will return. But what's often overlooked is that both sides agree that Jesus was a man of purity, of truth, of deep spiritual power, and that he brought light into a world filled with darkness. This common respect should build bridges, not barriers. The problem starts when we argue over what we don't understand instead of embracing what we both hold dear. Muslims don't disrespect Jesus, they simply understand his role differently. Christians don't deny God, they simply see God's nature in a different way. But at the root, both believe that God is the ultimate source of truth, and that Jesus had a special, divinely appointed role in guiding mankind. When we stop using Jesus to divide and start using his message to unite, we'll begin to heal many of the wounds that ignorance has caused. He stood for compassion, he stood for mercy, and both faiths, Christianity and Islam, can find unity in that. Another deep connection between Christianity and Islam is their belief in serving others and living a life of righteousness. Both faiths emphasize helping the poor, being honest, avoiding arrogance, and showing kindness to one another. It's not about rituals alone, it's about how we treat people. Whether it's giving charity, forgiving those who wrong us, or standing up for justice, these values are shared and encouraged in both traditions. When we look beyond labels, we'll see the same light shining from two different windows. It's also important to understand that both communities believe this life is a test and that our actions matter. Christians are taught to walk in the footsteps of Jesus by showing humility, love, and faith. Muslims are taught to follow the example of the Prophet Muhammad by living with patience, mercy, and submission to God's will. These two messages are not enemies, they're reflections of the same desire to please the Creator and earn His mercy. At the heart of both faiths is accountability, the belief that there will be a day of judgment, that every soul will stand before God, and that each person will be rewarded or punished based on their deeds. That belief alone should humble us and make us stop fighting each other. If God is the judge, why are we so quick to judge one another? Many people miss this truth because they're too focused on proving others wrong. But real strength isn't in arguing, it's in understanding. If we took time to learn, to listen, to feel the humanity behind each belief, we would find more peace and less division. Christianity and Islam both teach us to serve, to forgive, and to rise above hate. That's where we meet, not in debate, but in purpose. Another beautiful connection between Christianity and Islam is their deep respect for family, morality, and honoring elders. In both traditions, the foundation of society begins at home. Children are taught to respect their parents, marriages are encouraged to be built on love and faithfulness, and elders are seen as a source of wisdom. This shared culture of care and respect for family is something that should bring us together, not separate us. When we honor these values, we realize we are walking similar paths with different names. Both faiths also promote the idea of personal transformation. Christianity speaks of being born again, of finding new life in faith. Islam teaches the concept of turning back to God with sincerity, no matter how far you've strayed. These are not opposing ideas, they are signs that in both faiths there is always hope. No matter how broken a person feels, both Jesus and Muhammad, peace be upon them, brought messages of renewal and healing. That alone should inspire us to stop building walls and start building understanding. In a world full of noise and confusion, both religions offer peace through submission to God. Whether you call him Allah or simply say God, the message is the same. Humble yourself, live with purpose, and walk with love. Both paths teach that God is closer than we think, always listening, always guiding. This closeness isn't exclusive to one group. It's a promise for all who seek him with a true heart. So when people ask if Christians and Muslims are too different to ever understand each other, maybe the answer is simple: we're more alike than we admit. And if we focused on what unites us, faith, compassion, hope, and a longing to serve our Creator, we would see that the distance between us isn't real. It's just a misunderstanding waiting to be cleared. Both Christians and Muslims are waiting for the return of a great figure, Jesus. This shared belief alone is powerful. In Islam, Jesus is seen as a sign of the end times, a man of truth and peace who will return to restore justice. In Christianity, his return symbolizes hope, redemption, and the fulfillment of faith. Imagine that. Two major faiths rooted in different scriptures, both looking toward the same person for hope in a broken world. That is not a division, that is a bridge. A spiritual thread that connects hearts across cultures. This shared hope should not be ignored. It should remind us that beneath our debates and differences, there is a yearning for light, truth, and peace. Whether a person kneels in a church or bows in a mosque, they are reaching out to the same Creator, yearning for a better world. And when Jesus is mentioned with honor in both religions, we must pause and ask, are we really that different? Or are we just holding different pieces of the same puzzle? This belief also reminds us that unity is possible. If billions of people can find inspiration in the same name, the same values of mercy, humility, and love, then what stops us from respecting one another? Why argue over details when we can unite in essence? Both traditions teach that the truth brings peace, not division. So, maybe the return of Jesus is not just a future event, it is a symbol calling us to come together today in respect, dialogue, and understanding. In the end, it's not about agreeing on every detail, it's about recognizing the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is this: both Christians and Muslims are waiting for a man of peace, a servant of God, who taught love, healed the sick, and called people to righteousness. That shared hope is not a coincidence, it's a sign, and maybe, just maybe, it's a path forward. When we take a step back and look at both Christianity and Islam with open hearts, we find that the core teachings aren't in conflict. They actually complement each other in many beautiful ways. Both call us to kindness, to honesty, to humility, and to care for the poor and the brokenhearted. Both teach us to turn away from hatred, from greed, and from pride. These aren't small things. These are the foundations of a good life and a better world. If the roots are so similar, why do we let the branches divide us? The truth is, the division often comes not from the faiths themselves, but from how people interpret them. Misunderstandings, pride, fear, and lack of communication create walls where bridges could be built. Imagine if we use the energy we spend on proving each other wrong to instead lift each other up. Imagine if we focused more on what we have in common: the belief in one God, the respect for prophets, the love for humanity, and the desire for peace. It will change everything. Every time someone from one faith shows respect and love to someone from another, a seed of unity is planted. And when these seeds grow, they break the ground of ignorance and fear. We are not meant to compete in hate, but to compete in doing good. The world is already full of pain. Why should we add to it by holding on to spiritual pride or misunderstanding? Instead, let's become the people both Jesus and Muhammad would smile upon. People who chose love over division and truth over ego. No matter which book we read or which prayer we say, what matters most is how we live. If we can agree that love, mercy, and justice are from God, then we already stand on common ground, and that ground is sacred. In conclusion, the differences that seem so vast on the surface are often just misunderstandings, a lack of knowledge, or a misinterpretation of what was truly meant. Christianity and Islam, while distinct in practices and doctrines, share profound values of love, mercy, and peace. Both faiths recognize the importance of justice, compassion, and caring for one another. So when we focus on our shared beliefs rather than our differences, we open the door to unity, understanding, and growth. The example set by both Jesus and Muhammad teaches us that it is not division that brings us closer to God, but love and mercy. By embracing the core values that both religions hold dear, we have the power to foster greater harmony in our communities. Let's remember that our common purpose is not to argue over differences, but to stand together in faith, kindness, and service to humanity. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of unity and shared values. May we continue to strive for understanding, compassion, and love for one another, regardless of our faith or background. Thank you.